Sonic Colors Ultimate, a game that came out this year, and it's made me love Sonic Colors even more. In fact, I keep wanting to play the original more than I want to play the new one. But that's for a different reason. It's honestly because my magnum opus hate for Tails saves. But that's it. That's the only thing I hate about Sonic Colors Ultimate is Tails save, because I find the mechanics stupid. Sonic's lives are just accepted at this point, but let's say we, instead of doing lives, have Tails saves. Well, eventually, when you run out of Tails saves, does Tails just get lazy and not want to do anything? I guess we go ahead and get the negatives out of the way, but there's not many negatives for a guy who played on the Xbox One version, but I do feel inclined to mention this, the Switch version. Now, the Switch version had a few problems, like, for instance, its seizure-inducing glitch. Yep. Though part of me wants to pull it off, but sadly there's a patch that already fixed that, thank the Lord. And yeah, you can't really complain about it anymore, it's already been patched. But it was a problem at launch, and since you didn't really have the warning for seizure-inducing images like that, they could have gotten a huge lawsuit on their hands, which they didn't, thank God, because Sonic Rangers better be good as well. But again, I'm getting off track. Sonic Colors Ultimate's a great game. Let's go ahead and talk about original Sonic Colors before we talk about Ultimate. Original Sonic Colors had the amazing audacity of finally giving up gimmicks. Kind of. Let's not forget about the Wisps. But those are good gimmicks at its best. We're not going to talk about the stupid Werehog. That thing sucks so bad, and I hate it every single moment. I guess we go ahead and talk about the Wisps, because they're a huge part of Sonic Colors Ultimate. And I just want to go ahead and mention, I only like half of them. I only like half. The ones that I hate, and one of them is the new one. I feel like the new one's pretty lazy, and also they burst your eardrums with yelling "Ghost." It's super annoying. I also hate the hover one, and I find the frenzy one a tad bit annoying, and the rocket one's boring. But all the other ones, I adore. So laser, drill, spikes, and I think that's it. It's a little bit sad, I know, but Frenzy is kind of fun. It just really depends on the world you're in. If you, like, in Asteroid Coaster, Frenzy's, like, the best thing ever, but in every single other world it's included, it feels like it's tacked on and useless and only used to get a red ring. But, again, the Wisp are a nice change of pace. They're not all, like, terrible. Like, I only think the Jade is terrible, but again, Jade was on Sonic Colors Ultimate, and he was tacked on to the original game. So I don't really blame them for, like, changing up the whole game for one Wisp. Because that would have been boring and annoying. Who wants that? Anywho, so let's go ahead and on a nuanced basis here. Laser is a laser, and all you gotta do is aim the direction, and it can bounce off walls and hit crystals, which can actually send you way farther, or it can get you a red ring way easier. Let's go ahead and talk about Drill. Drill is one of my favorites personally. It's one of my most used wisps since I love Sweet Sweet Mountain so freaking much, and its track is a bop. But again, getting sidetracked. The Wisp is my favorite part of that. Drill is legit the most it's the most polished one and the most fun to use. And I love when they incorporate it in boss fights. Though I hated how Drill was like really hard to two-hit that one boss with. But that's okay. Okay, what's left? Spites. Spites are they're okay. It really just depends on the world they're in, but they're not like really bad. And they also give you a spin dash, so you can't really 100% complain about that. Rocket makes you a literal rocket. Jade makes you a ghost where you can phase through stuff and pull into stuff, which sound fun at first, but again, it's tacked onto the game. But it helps out a little bit more, so it's not at the bottom. Frenzy is next, and I think that's it. Is that all the wisps? I think it is. Hover. I don't like Hover that much because it kind of gets annoying after a while. All it really is just a light dash for Sonic, which we've had that for years, but thanks for taking it away and make it Wisp-centric, whatever. Anywho, it is super fun though. They're all super fun Wisp, but the problem is some of the Wisps are just Sonic's old abilities just with the Wisps, so it kind of gets annoying when you think about it that way. Next, we'll talk about the boost. The boost is phenomenal. The only problem I have with the boost is you never feel like you have enough of it because you run out of it so fast, but that's honestly because you just used a bunch of it. You have so much boost, but the problem is you always want to use the boost and you'll run out eventually. So it kind of gets to that point. Eventually you can get supersonic and just never run out of boost and only worry about rings, which is sometimes easy. Whatever. Anywho, let's go ahead and talk about the red rings and all the collectibles, and then we'll get to the amazing story known as Sonic Colors. It's not that great, but it holds a place in my heart heavily. Alright, so the collectibles. The collectibles inside the normal version is just the red rings and the extra lives, but in the collectibles in Sonic Colors Ultimate is the red rings and no more normal lives. It is now Tails saves. That is stupid, in my opinion. I hate Tails saves. And what else is it? Oh yeah, the gold coins, which you can be used to have customization to your character, and this better be in every single Sonic game, I swear to God. If they take away customization to your character in other Sonic games, let's just say Rangers won't be my liked Sonic game. The only reason I liked Forces a little bit was because of the customization, and Sonic Colors Ultimate was my favorite game. Well, normal Sonic Colors was my favorite game, and now Sonic Colors Ultimate added customization, so it's pretty insane too. Customization can be ranged from to holy crap, that's really freaking good, holy crap. The best customization is sadly DLC, but honestly, if you can fork out $5, it's not that hard. Anywho, I guess we'll talk about the story. The story is pretty okay when you think about it, but when you compare it to old Sonic stories like Unleashed, the mess that is known as Unleashed's story, or the Adventure 1 story, or 06, yeah, we're talking about that one, or the newer ones like Force's bland story that just felt like a knockoff 06, which is not something you want at all, or Rise of Lyric, which took it in a different path. Not a good one, but a different path. And yeah, so when you compare it to all those games, it's a good story, and that's insanity. And you don't worry, by the way, about the whole he's gonna run out of footage thing, because I got like 10 minutes worth, maybe even 20 minutes worth of Sonic Colors Ultimate. So I 100% the game. Yep, that's right. We're going to talk about Gameland in the Ultimate version, since that was a little bit of a step down, but honestly it was an understandable step down, since Nintendo are pieces of crap, and decided, hey, we're just going to take away Mii's from Gameland altogether. So, yeah, we were not allowed to use Mii's in Gameland, which is fine, honestly, because your Mii looked so stupid in Gameland on the Wii version, it was insanity. But I digress. Anywho, the story. Eggman built an interstellar amusement park in the sky, and it's up to Sonic and Tails and a new wisp called Yacker that we only hear about in this one game, even though the wisps appear in every other game. Anywho, we team up with Tails and that stupid wisp to go frickin' save all the aliens from six different planets, right? Six. I'm saying six because the last one is not a planet. That's just a belt that you have to run across. Anywho, it's a great game, and it starts out like different than most games, and then it finally has like this nice little gradual middle ground where it doesn't go too insane, and it's not too like overcomplicated. You actually can understand this kind of stuff. I'm not a great explainer, so don't expect me to explain this like really great to y'all. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, yeah, the jokes. Just get used to it at this point. Sonic is a kid's person now. He's gonna have those jokes. And I got used to it, like, early on, because I was introduced to Sonic when I was, like, 5 years old. You know what? In fact, we're gonna have a video of this. Give me a moment. Oh, I told you. Just wanted to say that. I actually had both, which is insanity. I was gonna get rid of this, and then I was like, well, what if this sucks? I'm gonna hold on to this just in case the old version was better. Which, it isn't. And eventually I was like, there's no way in God's green earth I'm getting rid of a game that costs $60 on Amazon. Kinda like the Mini Spider-Man 2. I had that in my collection for no reason at all. I guess we'll talk about the worlds. The worlds are one of the most fun part of Sonic Colors Ultimate, though there is one. Oh, wait. There is one very annoying world, and it's called Aquatic. Is it Aquarium Park? It's either Aquatic Park or Aquarium Park. I think it's Aquarium Park. I need to fix that there. Aquarium Park. It is an underwater area, which is not like the best thing at all for a Sonic game, and yet they keep including them. But it's honestly not too annoying thanks to the drill with spin. It actually makes it way easier to move around underwater, though they don't give it to you as much, which is a little bit annoying, but you can get over it after a while. Let's talk about my favorite planets. Let's go ahead and talk about my least favorite planet, actually, which is Aquarium Park. So what's my second least favorite? Oh yes, Planet Wisp. People love that planet. I'm not one of those people. I don't like Planet Wisp. It's one of my least favorites, and it's because of how stupid the stages are and how stupidly long they can get if you don't know the path. But I mean, it's not underwater. If that place was underwater, that'd be 10 times worse than Aquarium Park. Let's go ahead and talk about. Let's talk about like from my least favorite to greatest. And you already know because I've already mentioned about Sweet Mountain, but that's later on. That's later on. So next would probably be Starlight Carnival. Mainly because Starlight Carnival is a really good world, and I love all the colors there. The music's great. It's really fun, but the only part I don't like about it is it starts to feel like really linear halfway into it. Now, Sonic Colors Ultimate is identified as a 3D game, but there is a bunch of 2D, so don't be fooled by that. I'd say it's like a 2.5D game. Like sometimes it's in 3D, but most of the time it's 2D. Alright, next would have to be Asteroid Coaster, which is really good as well, but it could be better. And then, but I mean, the fun part is the roller coaster, and again, they don't even utilize the roller coaster, but in 2 levels of that world, which is sad. I mean, if you're gonna make Asteroid Coaster and then not let us ride the roller coaster like every single level, or at least most of them, that's stupid. Oh, I think I have to mention this. There is 7 levels in each world, 7 stages in fact, and there's a hub world. So, I mean, not a hub world. There's like it's like one of those like location things. Just think of like Unleashed on Wii, and there you go. Next would have to be the final world, which for like no apparent reason at all, I can't actually remember its name. So it's amazing. The final world is one of the most fun ones. It has you running along back straight to Earth because you have to like run away from the huge explosion. Eventually the explosion catches up though after you defeat Eggman and you see the huge explosion right behind you that is forming. Isn't that great? It's not though. Next would have to be the first world, which I also can't remember. I hate that I like these worlds and I just can't remember their names. That is an insane part. The first world is a great starting world. It tells you everything you need to know about the game, and a little bit too. And finally, we got to my favorite, Sweet Mountain. Sweet Mountain's track is really good. It's one of my favorite songs of Sonic Colors, and not one of my favorite songs of Sonic Colors Ultimate, though, because the remix for Reach for the Stars was really freaking good. And I love that. But Sweet Mountain is again, sweets-based area, but it's not like 100% doing it. But it has like these small little details in it too. It has like jelly beans coming out of these rockets, and it's a really fun world. And I won't do it any justice by just talking about it here. Anywho, that's all the worlds. That's 7, right? Yeah, 7 or 6. It's 7. I 100%ed it on the Xbox One version. Now, a little bit of fun fact, I didn't do this on the original version, because of how stupidly hard it can get. But I did it on this version, which means I got every single achievement, every single cosmetic. I did not freaking stop. I didn't stop after I got all the achievements on Xbox. No, I kept going. Yeah, I got every single stupid cosmetic, which is okay sometimes, but I grabbed all the good ones in the beginning, and at the end it was just like stupid banners, which nobody wants that, but it's fine. At least now we actually have them all, and we can change them whenever we want to. We're never going to. And of course, when you get all the red rings, and you play through every single one of the game worlds, and I forgot to mention, Game World was really fun. Game World also was way better on the Wii, but that's only because you got to have your Mii. Yep, you didn't have to be a stupid robot. You actually got to have your me. But it's a really fun world, and it kind of is like has some 3D in it, but most of it's 2D. It has great platforming in it too. It feels a little bit like lazy though, because they didn't put much thought into like the background. It's just like those unrendered texture things you see. Yeah, kind of like that. But once you get all the levels through the game world and you play through every single level, you unlock Supersonic, which is really good. My only problem with Supersonic is you can't use any wisps whenever you have them, so it makes some levels unbeatable. That's dumb. But I guess we can talk about the Ultimate version now. Sonic Pulse Ultimate is really good. Now, of course, people didn't like the Ultimate version because they said it felt lazy, and the only lazy part I saw in it, honestly, was the cutscenes. The cutscenes were not upscaled at all. The only cutscenes that were upscaled were the, like, cinematic ones, which were like, you know how in 06 we had those crappy cutscenes, but sometimes they give us really good ones, and then the crappy ones came back again. Those. Anywho. So if I had to rate Sonic Colors Ultimate, I think I give it... you know what? 10 out of 10. We'll do it. And then later on, I'm going to make more recordings for NetSuite's video, which is going to be so great, because I get to talk about one of my favorite games that came out this year, and I'm trying to 100% it, but it's really freaking hard to 100%, because I gotta gift so many items to people just to upgrade my stupid Bond level.